Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to do an upload for those of you who are trying to figure out what to do. Maybe you just got diagnosed with PCOS and you're confused as to where to start because it's so overwhelming. You're not really sure where to start. So, a lot of times, dietary changes and so forth takes so much time because we're so emotionally attached to our reality. There's a lot of stresses going on and so forth. And my recommendation first is look at your diet. Definitely no sugar, reduce the sugar. Xylitol, it's a sugar substitute that you may want to consider. Depending on how slow or fast you go through the changes, but honey, monk fruit, the different types. There's another one with E, I haven't tried it. Stevia, other options for sugar. You may want to start considering as you're reducing your sugar intake. I know it's difficult to go cold turkey, so you take it a day at a time. Like for me, it was getting off of sugar. I didn't have a substitute really at that time where I was, so I would just, like, for example, from 2 teaspoons to 1.5, then 1, and so forth. But if you have substitutes, it makes life easy. So if in today's time, there's a lot of access, especially with stevia and stuff like that. So that's one. Two is gluten-free, going gluten-free. I highly suggest that. Even if you're not celiac, I highly suggest that. So those are the two kind of things that I would say you should begin with slowly, because you don't want to overstress yourself with the idea of I have to get this fixed within a week's time. That's not going to happen. It's going to take time. And to take a breath, it's going to take time. So with supplementation, and so when I'm guiding people and so forth, so I decided to do this because of that. I have a baseline of supplements that I provide the feedback for everybody to take, because it's something that is, I consider, baseline supplementation that everyone should take, whatever type of PCOS you have. So vitamin D, the first one. K2, and I'm going to list this at the bottom as well. K2, second one. Calcium is a question mark because you don't want to overcalcify your body if your diet already has enough calcium. So I can't gauge that for you. You will have to gauge what your diet is right now and so forth, and you may need a calcium supplement or not. So in most cases, with many people that I've spoken to, they don't need it because they have enough calcium in their diet. So again, that will be up to what you're eating. So that would be like I'm still saying the baseline. So calcium, maybe magnesium now for sure. So D3, K2, magnesium, and vitamin B complex. These are the core that I say baseline. This can be based on the fact that people who are just beginning supplementation can't take a lot of, based on finances, based on whatever it is. This has always been baseline that I provide. Then it's like, okay, start to include other things. So NAC. I never had it when I was going through, and I wish I did. So this is a revised reality of what I'm advising based on my own learning curves. So NAC, I would then say a suggestion. Omega-3s, then add that in as a suggestion. People may get omegas from the diet, but omega-3 as well, add that in. Inositol. This, for inositol that I'm suggesting, is for supplementation, not for insulin resistance or anything like that. This dosage that I'm suggesting is for like a vitamin intake, 1/2 teaspoon a day, inositol. That is now an overall blanketed picture. The ones that I said before are baseline. NAC, omega-3, and inositol are additions that you can include as you go along your journey, or you could do it all at once. But I'm just going with whatever easy for you and where you are at this time. So all of that. Then I always say, if you can, Spearmint Tea. If you're able to, along with the changes and digesting information of having PCOS, changing your diet, all of the stuff, then I suggest try the tea as well, whenever you can in the journey. But the baseline that I just said, for everyone across the board, I suggest that you start there. Use some supplements. It's a lot of stuff that I take, because of course I built regimen. It took some time. That's not what I was always taking. The addition, like for example, for prenatal vitamins and so forth. This was something that I'm going along the journey. But when you're starting off, I know for sure, does Mal you're malnourished in many ways, and there is some deficiency occurring in your body, for sure. So, because it's worked, I've been speaking to people for it's been what, 7 years. So it's worked and it's been, foundational. So I'm just giving that feedback to make people's life easier. Okay, the biggest one also is, which people always say, what? Stress. It's amazing what stress can do. So stress, reduce your stress as much as you can. Keep your feet warm. Big one here. Keep your feet warm. Ovaries connected right there, so keep them warm. So yeah, stress is a big one. Yoga was major for me, especially hot yoga. Wow, did that ever change my whole reality? So being open to learning, being open to change, and more importantly, being open to yourself and allowing your healing in your time to occur. But this is the regimen that I'd recommend to people, and of course it may adjust based on the individual needs. So I just gave a blanketed approach. I have not looked at each one of you and assessed you or anything like that, or reviewed things with you. You haven't gone to the doctors to see if you have a thyroid issue, if you have, even diabetes, if you have iron deficiency, whatever it is. We all have we carry different realities. Also, if you have insulin resistance, but this baseline, like I said, it's for everyone across the board. So it will benefit you regardless. In any case, any questions or comments, let me know. I thought I'd upload this because it seems to be something that I'm continuously giving, and people are very confused as to where to start. And I'm hoping this will help with just the beginning or addition to what you're doing, because it has helped me so enormously. So thought I'd share that. Hope you're all well. Take care. Bye.